1. Let's go. Game number 3 is going to be played on Polar night. I'm just going to swap players real quick. Because yes, that makes me happy. I'm going to switch over scene number 2. Over here on the top side of Polar night, 12 o'clock position. It is our blue Terran once more. Liquids. TaeJa.
Okay, make the other intro epic.
No. You can do that.
Oh, come on, you.
Go on. I'm not much of a showman.
So then it's time to become one. What the hell?
I need a few hours to warm up. I need a few hours to get on that level. Right now, all that I'm still like half dreaming about the beautiful things I was dreaming about before my alarm clock went off 7 times.
All right, give us some funny intro then for MMA.
I don't know. MMA, the most stylish Terran out there. The man who shaves the side of his head every single time he wins a tournament. So soon, Johan, he won't have much hair left. A lot of Koreans are copying his hairstyle, actually. Either way, he is, of course, Aces MMA IWCS Season 3 champion from 2013. You know, some of the Koreans were copying his hairstyle, and then every time I saw one of them, I was like, yeah, copy MMA, and they're like, no, I'm not aware of this. I was like, ah, come on.
Don't play dumb with me.
I know that you know, and you know that I know. That's totally copyright MMA. I want to say something, but now I forgot about it before you forced me to make some sort of an epic intro, which is just simply too early.
I didn't force you. You didn't even work.
Well, you tried to force me.
I asked you once, man. Are you kidding me? You call that forcing you?
Well, what do you think is going to happen? Okay, actually what I want to tell the people at home is that it's very stressful working with you and Merlo, and you don't want to be late. So I put my alarm clock like 6 times this morning at like 4:10, 4:12, 4:14, 4:18, 4:24, 4:30, and then the backup alarms at like 4:38 and 4:44. This is what you do to me, Johan. You make me paranoid.
How about setting up your alarm once for 1 hour before the show and then waking up, man? This is called professionalism.
Risky. Yes, it's also called living on the West Coast. Either way, Factory going down in the main base of MMA. MMA has his work cut out for him so far in the first 2 games. TaeJa looks like he's just good old TaeJa. Shows up to play in the tournament. You don't really see too much. He shows up, plays his games, and he goes home again.
Actually, it's funny you should say that, because when these players did vetoes just before they played, they had agreed on a time, and TaeJa was a little bit late, and apparently he was finishing a League of Legends game that took a little bit longer than expected. Whereas MMA was like practicing hard and waiting for him, and then they played, and these first 2 games happened.
I wouldn't be surprised if TaeJa actually plays 1v5 in League as well. He's like, I saw that Flash meme, I'm gonna give that a go. It's a StarCraft game. They already gave me the weakest race, but I'm still winning everything, so I might as well go for a bigger challenge. What's a really bad hero in League? Alright, I'll go for it. TaeJa starts owning everyone with these terrible heroes. Do you still play some League, Johan? I remember you played a little bit.
Yeah, no more. I retired. I'm officially retired.
You didn't like it too much either, right?
It's okay. It's okay. With friends, I think if you play with friends, any game is fun, to be honest. There isn't a single game that wouldn't be fun with friends, but I just played it for lack of a better game, a more fun game for me to play, which I found in Battlefield 4 lately.
Well, Clock Bench opening once more on the south side of the map for MMA. Well, this time TaeJa is the fast expanding player, so the roles are reversed. We saw these openings, or at least a very similar scenario already in both the previous games. And then it was the other way around. MMA said, like, you know what? This guy is definitely making those Cloak Benchies work. And even though this opening has been around since, well, I would almost say day 1 of the Wings of Liberty beta, but that's pretty much it. You remember these European Terrans in the start of Wings of Liberty beta? They would open Cloak Benchy every single game. It's like 1 base against 1 base. And on a certain point, I just opened Stargate. I had like 1 Zealot, and I went Phoenix and Observer. And then Cloak Benchy kept flying into my Phoenix.
I didn't play back then. But I believe
that's right. You started a little bit later, but then you made up for it.
I believe it must have been fun.
Oh, it was great. Trust me. Everyone proxying 2 gates versus 2 gates, base trade every game.
Sounds like good times.
Yes.
And then people dare complain about PvP now.
Exactly. We came a long way. Well, first bench is going to fly into the natural of TaeJa, will be able to pick up an SCV and also force this missile turret to cancel, at least for now. So this could be very annoying for TaeJa, especially because Polar Knight has a lot of dead airspace around these bases, where it's going to be relatively easy for MMA to micro his bench it.
Wow, MMA reversing the roles here. Those cloak benches have been doing good. Sometimes it's weird, like you watch a whole series, and a lot of the time what happened with the Terran games that I've seen recently is that the ones that get more active with either tanks or medivacs wins the game. But so far in this TVT, it's been whoever gets a Banshee gets a lot of work done with it.
I'm actually really surprised by that as well, because once more, this opening has been around so long, and I can only imagine that both players have played against each other so many freaking times.
But I think it's much stronger now that the cloak costs a lot less gas.
Yeah, it was a little gone before that, but ever since cloak indeed got quite a bit cheaper, it has been making a little bit of a comeback, and right now it seems to be more popular than ever.
So
even when both
kills.
Yeah, that's more than worth it. In the old days, we used to say 5 or 6, but that was often even 1 base scenarios. Second orbital is about to finish up for MMA as well. He might be able to get some work done with that second Banshee as well, because once more, there's a lot of dead airspace on the map like Polar Knight, as you can see, where these Banshees can just hover around. And if they're just able to avoid the Viking and the Raven for a little bit, those air units don't travel all that quick, and before you know it, you're able to grab up 3, 4, 5 SCV kills once more.
A bit of a fight for the Watchtower here, as both players got one for themselves. And TaeJa's gonna send some units actually around the Watchtower. He's trying to find that Banshee out on the map right now, but it's not on the map, it's not in the middle of the map, it's almost at his main base.
Yep, Scan got thrown down, I believe, by TaeJa, yes indeed, in the main base, and he's kind of out of position, yo, and as you said, oh, there is a Widowmine though, I didn't even see it. What a sick position for that Widowmine, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I've seen this being used a few times. Yesterday, one of the, I think it was maybe MMA versus Daishi, he used something similar, and that Banshee is gonna get away for now. TaeJa's trying to catch up to it, he sees it, oh, is he gonna be able to get it? He's closing in.
No, actually he's gonna abandon the ship for now. I'm at 10 minutes and 10 seconds now, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so you know. I think we're very even. It seems to be better today than it was in the first day. It's sick that Banshee is still alive, because even though it's only a 15 HP Banshee, at the end of the day, a 15 HP Banshee has just as much damage as a full HP Banshee. And if TaeJa has no units in position, this could be very annoying, and he might actually find himself in a dicey position once more, as he's going to lose a few more SCVs. 14 SCVs have died throughout the entire game. This push is going to be important, but MMA seems very well prepared. Oh, both Vikings dying as well. This is a bad engagement so far for TaeJa.
Yeah, some auto turret will be used, and TaeJa actually is going to call a good game here. He took a whole bunch of damage from those 2 first Banshees from his opponent. He chooses to counter-attack with whatever he has, and tanks are in position for MMA. 2 nicely placed tanks. He reacts quickly enough to defend quite comfortably, and then from there TaeJa knows he's too far behind. Actually, TaeJa, he hadn't started production facilities yet. He knew that MMA already started Steam Pack and was basically already producing bio. But TaeJa, he hadn't started factories, he hadn't started barracks. He was way too far behind in this game, even though the supply was still quite even. And he chooses to call GG.